Hi guys, welcome this week to Studio Hotrods Restoration Revelations. This is my shop and we are doing videos and we're sharing with you guys about all the products and components and the things that we make available for the Chevelles as we're building them. If you look at the car right behind me, this car we're actually going to start to build for my friend Mark now, and it's getting the 525 horsepower LS3 motor, it's got a 6-speed Tremec transmission, but I take this gorgeous car and I take it all apart. Actually, all those components come off this car and I sell them and get rid of them, and it goes to the black hole. That's what I call the body shop. And this week in the body shop, I'm going to show you what a bondo wand is. Yep, or its antennas. Anyways, we're going to have some fun because I got some great inventions that we're going to go through in the back of the shop where we're actually putting technology to use in a modern day body shop. And then I'm going to go over a couple cars that we're building. And last but not least, I'm going to hop into that Taiwanese Mustang, the one that's getting returned to sender. Yeah, it's going to be a fun week. Like, subscribe, follow along. Oh, and if you have not gotten one of these yet from me, this is my widget spinner. No, it's a gapping tool that I actually send to people for free. Quarter, eighth, and it's made to check the different gap sizes on the car. It's a great tool that you never even knew you needed. Watch the video, hang with me for a little bit. It's going to be fun. At the end, click the link at the bottom, and I'll send it to you for absolutely nothing, for free. Why? Because I'm betting on the fact that you are going to like it so much. You're like, that guy makes some cool stuff. That's a cool place. Let's have some fun. At the end, we do a Bible study too. All right, let's get going back to the black hole. I don't like the body shop so much. All right, guys, we're in the back of my shop, and I'm going to share with you guys some of the secret stuff that I've been designing and having fun with back here in the body shop, because body shop, I call it the black hole. If you have a body shop, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It takes forever. Here's what I'm trying to do is streamline some of it and use the latest technology and equipment to try and actually make it more fundamental. So I'm building some tools that my guys will use. Maybe I'll even offer it up on the market. I don't know, but let me show you 3 things we're going to go over. A bondo wand, Harry's Magic Bondo wand. I've got what I've called the Master Gapper set, which we're going to put on the door. That's this one right here. I'll show you that one in a minute. But this one's really cool. When you put these doors together, the cars together, these doors have to not just be aligned, but you got to get them in the right position and hold them in that position. I look like Zelensky with cocaine. Anyways, you guys saw that this week? Anyways, this door is moving, and no, I don't do drugs. This door is moving a lot, and I came up with an idea of a reusable tool that we could make that would go in there. Lots of times you would put the seals in it, do the body work and that kind of stuff, rip the seals back out because now you got to do all the paint and everything else, and you actually go through an extra set of seals if you're a shop like mine, the black hole. Anyways, what I had Kyle do is do me a couple designs. Careful, Kyle, let's bring those in. What these are is they're 3D printed material, okay? It's called TPU, so this is a soft rubber and it'll actually move. You see the holes on these, on the ends are different sizes, and that's for different rigidity, meaning it's going to have more or less resistance. And what I'm going to do is put it in a position on this door when you open it to set the door in a place where you can do all the body work. Does that make sense? But the whole idea is we're not going to waste a set of seals. Look at this. So I'll just do a test on this right here. You'll be able to see it real high. We got to know. Let's try it lower. That sucked. Okay, let's go down by the striker plate, right down here. Oh, we still gotta know. This is like the real world, you know. This isn't fake TV stuff. Let's put it right there. Oh, I think we got it. Okay, so the idea is I can do a final adjustment now on the striker plate. Look at final adjustment. Now I know the hardness of this material. Put it right there. Adjust the striker plate just a little bit. This door's not gonna move on you. You can be able to do all the body work without using a whole set of seals. Cool, right? Will I ever sell them? Who knows? It's just fun. Let's go to the bondo wand. That was kind of fun. All right, I know you guys are thinking I'm nuts, but this is a stack of magnets. And I was hanging out with my buddy Rick, and I had this idea. I was like, you know how like you put a magnet on a car because you're looking for bondo? Well, here's the deal. If you take a big magnet like this, it's gonna stick anywhere, right? Oops. Good thing I'm not the body guy saw me do that because he's going to feel that little mark. But look it, you got bondo here? It don't matter. So if you take a magnet and you walk around a car, it's going to stick everywhere on the car if you have too big a magnet. But anyways, I was playing with this the other night because I don't sleep when I live here sometimes. and I call it the bondo one. And really what it is I was playing with it like this, and the whole idea was I could feel, look at this, it's not sticking at all in these areas where bondo. So the point to you, and the point for my customers and my friends and my guys that love the cars, that are following along with the channel, liking and subscribing, right? Check it out. There's filler right here. You can see it. Oh, look at, you can tell just by the way. Now, I can't give my guys a stack of magnets that I bought off of Amazon, right? But do you see how it works, right? Do you get it? Look at that. Isn't that cool? As soon as you're down here, it's sticking to it. Okay. So what I did is I made another prototype. Let me get it for you. I'll be right back. So what I've made here is what's a divining rod. And what's going to happen is you rub them together, the magnetic field, no. All it is I've encased a magnet in printed material up front so you don't scratch your paint. But I've used a really thin, this is a welding rod. I've actually ordered spring wire, spring steel wire, stainless steel spring wire. And basically this has two magnets in it. See how it's bigger? This has one, this is a thinner, and this is thicker. And the whole idea is, if you guys ever been fishing, you put this gently in your hand and you can feel it sticking right to it. See, look, it sticks. And you know that you got a nice steel behind it, right? Oh, it did good, right? It's doing good. Let's see how it does. Oh. Well, I'm surprised it stuck as much as it did. It's not that thick there. Oh, thicker here. That ain't sticking. The whole idea, so this is I think that's a double magnet. This is the single magnet. Barely. See that? So now guys, if you walked up to a really nice car at a Chevelle and somebody wants to sell it, there's 3 ways you can do it. They have a little gauge you can put on there that'll measure the thickness, but it usually doesn't work very well, especially when there's a lot of bondo because it doesn't read that thick. There's another way to do it is you get a magnet, but if you get a heavy magnet, you can't really tell how it's really working or not. Or you get Harry's bondo on, which I don't even know if I'm gonna sell these either, but I'm loving the fact that I walk into the biggest car dealer in the world. If you had this in your hand, I'm gonna know exactly where your filler is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Anyways, it's kind of cool. Last but not least, for my wacky inventions, it's Widget Wednesday. Let me show you what I did. It's kind of cool. So I'm actually gonna put these on the car to show you what they are. You know the gapping tool that I've showed you guys that you can get for free, by the way? If you click the link below, each end of these little tools are set at this one's at 1/8 of an inch. So if it's got a magnet in it, stick it right there. What you can do is you can actually take a couple of these. Let me find the other 1/8. See, these are all different sizes, thick and thin. Anyways, you set it there, right? And you can start working out your gaps on your car, and you'll have a gauge that's already setting up in there so you have a reference point. Pretty slick, right? Now, if it's too fat, like that one's not gonna fit in there because they're different thicknesses. Now, if you put a couple of those on your doors, I can start working those doors and those fenders into place and have a really quick reference guide. So as your lighting panels, whether it's your hood, your deck lid, your doors, or your fender, to be able to set it up and in place, and then you can start moving it around and making sure that everything is fitting just the way it should. It's pretty slick, isn't it? Anyways, it's just one of my inventions, one of my innovations. Speaking about innovations, why don't we go take a look at the inside of that 1970 Black Pearl. I got some cool stuff I want to share with you that's when that car is about ready to go out the door. Come on. All right, behind me is what we call the Black Pearl. The reason we call it the Black Pearl is these beautiful pearl effervescent stripes that we put into here. Is that not gorgeous? What's cool is, as we build this car, notice the tilt lights, now all the indirect lighting that goes on in the back. Look at the sequential brake lights. I got the hazards on right now just so you guys can see how it kind of works. Come on, let's take a look at the interior. The Black Pearl is gorgeous. We installed tinted windows. It's got the Recaro seats. Look at it. It's got the fiber optic rope lights that go all the way around. It's got the CarPlay suite and our custom console that we put together with the cup holders. This thing is bougie. Great audio system, about 1,000 watts up. Check it out. Even got lights in the turn signals. Oh yeah. Ba-bam! LED headlights. Pretty sweet, right? Coolest thing for this guy that is actually having me build this car, his name's Andy. And he's like, Harry, I want you to put the perimeter lights on the console. I want you to do this, I want you to do that. Actually, I'm working right now with this coil pack cover. I always call it a valve cover. It's actually not a valve cover. It's a coil pack cover that we're custom designing these pieces to integrate a part that goes over the top of it. I'll finish that off as we go. It is just sexy with my indirect lighting again. What's fun about the fact that we're doing this is the customer has asked me to do it, and then I end up doing it. I love it, he loves it, and then I build it and I have it available for other people, like the whole consoles. If you guys see my Wave console, it's cool. Speaking of making things that are cool, let me show you something. Check this out, SHR. This is the gap tool that if you guys have been watching my channel, I give these away. So you can have one of these if you just click the link below. It goes to our website, you place an order for free. Yep, you don't even pay freight. I will send one to you. Limit one per customer, please. But anyways, go ahead and do that. Can I share something else that I love about building these cars like this? Check it out. This is the Tubby car. It's called Tubby because it actually has mini tubs in the back, and we skinnied up the chassis to take those big, I don't know, like 315 tires in the back of it. But anyways, this car is exactly like that car, except it doesn't have pearl stripes, but it will when we're done. Anyways, it was cool. The guy got a total vision of exactly what his car's gonna be like. His name's Jeff. They're out of Pittsburgh. Super nice people. He came out with his wife. It is fun. It is fun. You know it's not fun? Digging into the Dynacorn body. Let's go over to my other fab shop and I'll show you exactly what we ran into. I'm shipping one back. I got one in a crate. You saw it? Come on, let's go check it out. All right, here we are at the fab shop, and this is the Dynacorn that's actually getting shipped back to, I don't know, maybe right there, made in Taiwan. Oh yeah. You know, there's a lot of pieces that have to go into making these cars straight and perfect together. All this stuff is laid and welded together, and we noticed some really strong inconsistencies. We took the fenders, the hood, the other parts that came off the other car, and we started to assemble them into this car, and it was absolutely awful. Would that sum up, Jeffrey, what your biggest challenge was?
Yes.
Did you have the suspension in it or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the bodywork just didn't fit on the bucket.
Right?
Yeah.
When you say the bucket, you're talking about this, right?
Talking about this.
So just not square, not the right spot, whatever.
Yeah, it's like it's welded together improperly, dimensionally speaking.
Okay. Well, when we contacted them, we told them what was going on. We sent them pictures right to Dynacorn. The customer bought this from Dynacorn directly. And we communicated with them. We sent them pictures like, okay, we'll send you another one. That's why I say return to sender in this episode, because we're taking this and send it all the way back to wherever they want it to go. Let's go to Taiwan or whatever. We got another one in the booth now that we're working on. Still wasn't perfect. It's a lot of work. Let's go through it just real quick. We'll get out of the fab shop. I love the fab shop. In here is where we actually do the fab work for the Chevelles. If you guys seen my other episode, this was the Survivor car. Remember this one? This one is now getting ready to be totally stripped. We'll get that together. That's our frame jig right there, but this is the one that we're actually going to give to the customer. It still had issues. We had to cut and reshape around all the doors and all the fitment around this stuff to get it gapped out correctly. And Jeff actually had to cut it back and stretch it in some places, cut it back here. Inside the hood, we actually had to cut a line all the way back just to get the hood to fit up with the fender correctly. It's all those modifications. We got about 60, maybe 80 hours in all the detailed fab work on the car to get ready to go. The customer had a car that was a rot box. And a unibody car that's got rocks all over it. It's got rust all over it. Is not a fun thing to try and fix. It would have been, boy, what did we estimate that thing? 800 hours, 1,000 hours. It would have been 1,000 hours of work for us to go back and refab off that car. So the customer made the choice to go ahead and get this thing, but you can see all these edges, all these details of what you got to go through and make it fit correctly. We're still dealing with a little bit of a tweaky thing that we see in the body itself, but we'll get through it as we go along. Anyways, best part of the episode is always going back to the main shop and doing the Bible study. I love that part of it. So you guys, if you're liking and subscribe and follow along, come with me on this part of the journey. It's cool. Come on, let's go. There's always a favorite part of the episode with me, guys. We do a quick Bible study. Today we're going to look at the most famous verse in the Bible. Do you know what it is? Everybody knows this. Pretty much everybody's heard this one. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever believes in him won't perish, but will have everlasting life. You've seen it all over the place, like in sports and John 3:16, but I want to dig a little deeper on what it says after that. That's a quote from Jesus Christ. Actually, he said that, right? So I'm going to read just a little bit behind that, and let's wrap our brain around the whole story. The reason we do the Bible studies is because if you can get into the Word, man, it can change the way you think about things. It can change your life. It's changed my life over the last 7-8 years of doing Bible study with my friends that come into the Hot Rod shop on Tuesday mornings. It's just fun. Again, if you need a Bible, you let me know. Send me a message. I had a guy this week said, I want 4 Bibles and 5 widget spinners. I'm like, who is this guy? I talked to him, and they're actually starting like a Bible study at his work. It's cool. Anyways, you heard the most famous verse. Let's go just a little bit farther, what it says after that. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe in him stands condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of God's one and only Son. This is all Jesus talking, right? He goes, this is the verdict. Light has come into the world, but men love the darkness instead of the light because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that his deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light and is plainly seen that what has been done through God. Kind of reminds me of Doge and what's going on right now. Man, they're uncovering all kinds of stuff in the world. Shine the light on it. Anyways, I hope you guys, I'm not trying to get political on you, but I do like people being accountable for what they do. I want to be accountable for building beautiful cars, making cool parts, and I want you guys to have faith. You know, God's got a plan for you in your life. Every one of us is a creation that he created. Anyways, God is good. He's a good creator, and he loves you. He's got a plan in your life. All right, peace out. This has been a fun week. Hope you guys like the inventing. And next week, I got more cool stuff coming. That's what we do. All right, see you next week.